become mum. Now, it's Father's Day soon, and I don't know about you, but every Father's Day I really struggle to think about what to get the men in my life. Be it for my husband on behalf of my son, be it for my dad, or be it for my father-in-law. I find them all really, really hard to buy for. So I wanted to share with you a few ideas I have, just in case they inspire you when you think about what gifts to give this Father's Day. So first of all, I've been working with Snapfish, and Snapfish is a brand that I've used many times in the past to create photo books, to print off photos to frame, and also to create some gifts. With their help, I've put together a few different photo gifts to give to the men in my life for Father's Day this year, and I wanted to show you the products that I've chosen. For my dad, I've chosen these photo coasters. Now, they come in a set of 6, and there's lots of different designs to choose from. You can play around with the different layouts. So I chose 4 different images to put onto the design here, and then I chose one of the different background options. So they come as a set of 6, and they have a lovely kind of gloss finish to them, which makes them really, really hard wearing. Now, these retail for £12.99 for a set of 6, and you can fully personalise them. You can put messages on them, you could just have one picture, or you can have several. So I think they're a really nice idea, and they're very practical as well. The second gift that I'm going to be giving my dad for Father's Day is this 10x8 photograph that's been printed onto a wooden panel. So I chose a picture of myself and of Ethan. He's my dad's only grandson, and so he's obviously quite special to him. So I wanted to choose a nice photo for him to put into his flat. Now, as I say, it is printed onto wood, which I think is quite unusual. So rather than going for a canvas option where you obviously have to put a nail into the wall, I thought this was a very different kind of way of displaying your photos. And it comes with this handy stand, so you just slot that in the back, and then you can prop it up on a desk or on a bookcase or on a window ledge. Likewise, if your photo is portrait, you can just turn it around and put it around this way. Now, this retails for £14.99, and just like with all the other Snapfish personalised items, you can play around with the image design and make sure that you're happy with the way it all looks before you go to order. Obviously, with anything to do with photo products, I just say make sure you upload a really high resolution image, the best quality one that you have available to you. It's nothing direct from Facebook if you want to get a really good finish like this. So that's a really nice item, and I really hope that my dad likes it. The third item that I've got from Snapfish is for my father-in-law. Now, he perhaps is the hardest person to buy for because, well, he has everything. If there's something he wants, he generally has it, and he also has quite expensive taste, liking some designer brands and expensive whiskey. So it's always really difficult to think of a gift idea for him, but anything we do give him, we know he really appreciates. So that's why I think personalised gifts are such a great idea to go for. I've gone for something a bit different for my father-in-law this year. Last year I did a canvas with Snapfish, and I used some photography from his daughter's wedding, and I made sure there was images from everybody in the family and the immediate family to put onto that picture, which was really, really nice, and it had some lyrics as well from one of the main songs from my sister-in-law's wedding day. Because family means a lot to my father-in-law, I decided to go and choose a photo that was taken quite some time ago. It's when Ethan was only 8 months old, and we had a photo shoot done by Sean Fellows at Shine Pics, and my father-in-law wanted to get photos of the 3 generations, of himself, of Ethan, and of Stephen, my husband. So he really wanted to get a 3-generational photo shoot together, and this was one of my favourite photos I managed to get from that particular shoot. And it's still very special. I'm not sure if we've actually had a photo of the 3 of them like this recreated some 4 years later, but we should do. I chose this image, and on Snapfish I put it into black and white because I think black and white is quite classic, and they also have a dark toned sofa, so I thought the black and white would look really nice. I like the composition. I managed to sort of move the photo around so I could get it into the right kind of space, because I like the fact that Ethan's the angle here, but I like the way that both Tim and Stephen are leaning into the picture frame. So as you can see, it's been printed onto a cushion. This is the small cushion. The small cushion, let me just check, measures, so the small cushion measures 12 inches by 12 inches, and it's £19.99. I think that's actually a really good price because it's something really different. The material is quite hard wearing and quite tough to the feel. the print quality, and again, make sure you have a really good quality photo that you're working with, but the print quality on the cushion I think is really nice. And then the back has this kind of suede leatherette kind of feel to it. So it does feel like a very premium product. Now it does have a zip here so you can take the cushion from inside out, and I presume that means that you can wash it should it need to be cleaned at all. Perhaps I would do hand washing if there was any marks or anything on it. And I think this would be particularly good because my parents-in-law are potentially moving overseas for a couple of years and will be renting a property overseas while they're there. And I think this is quite nice because it gives them a little piece of home that they can pack in their suitcase and take along with them. So, I didn't know that Snapfish also did photo cards. I've always gone to the usual companies you can think of that do personalised birthday and occasion cards, but actually Snapfish do them as well. And if you have a Snapfish account and you've already uploaded your images to albums to print off products or prints, it makes it really, really easy and a very simple process. So I've actually printed 2 cards with Snapfish, one for my dad and one for my husband. So I'm just going to show you the card that I've done for my dad first. This picture here was taken on my dad's birthday a couple of months ago when we were all together, and I just liked all the party hats and just how much my dad looks like he's enjoying it in the photo. So I printed the cards especially for him, personalised all the details, left the blank middle so I could write my own message, and on the back I've put 3 images as well. Now my dad is quite sentimental and he likes keeping these cards I've made for him over the years, sticks them on his fridge and what have you, so I think he'll really like them. I've also made one for my husband, so hopefully he's not listening right now. Here's the card that I've created for him. So I've chosen a lovely picture of him and Ethan taken recently and put a nice message on there. Again, I've left the middle blank so I can have my own message, and there's also an image on the back as well. So I hope he really likes that. So last but no means least is my husband. Now, he's not too difficult to buy for. He's into his games, he likes films, and we've got quite a collection of games and film related figures like Disney Infinity and whatnot, and quite a few books as well. But over the years, as Christmases come, Father's Days come, birthdays come and go, it is difficult to think of something different to buy him. Recently he's got into the garden, and so that was kind of my first inspiration for something for this year's Father's Day. Now, I came across this brand called Qwerkity.com. It's a website I've never come across before, but actually it's a really good resource if you don't know what gift you're looking for. You can search by occasion, you can search by interest, and they've actually got special dedicated Father's Day pages as well, so you can have a really good look around and see lots of fun, silly and useful ideas that you could buy as presents for your loved ones. So this is where I found 2 gifts for my husband. The first is, you know, a practical gift, but it's also got a bit of sense of humour as well. Now, Stephen really likes Jack Daniels, he also likes the odd whiskey, and he's been getting into his rum recently. So I saw this really nice glass, this nice tumbler on Qwerkity, and it caught my eye, particularly because of what it says on the other side. Now I'm going to pull this up close so you can have a look. Here it says, good day. Here it says, bad day. And this measure up here says, don't ask. I thought that was quite funny, and I think it'll make him smile when he opens it on Father's Day. That's only $12.99, but it's a really decent sized glass, very solid and really good quality as well. So I think that's a really good gift buy, and I'm sure lots of dads will probably like a gift like that. Now, the second gift I've got for him is also very practical. I think it'll make him smile because of the fact that he's been getting into the garden recently, having bought a new shed for our patio and bought some new garden tools, etc. And it was those garden tools that gave me the idea. On Qwerkity, I found this self-assembly garden tool tidy, which I think is really handy. It's a bench where you can put in your rakes and your spades and your brushes, etc., and make sure that they're all kind of kept safe and within easy reach. And I think this will look really good either in our outhouse or in the new shed if there's space for it. I know that Hubs is really keen to, now that he's got a good space for all his tools, he's really keen to keep them all in order, so I hope that's going to be useful. So I've made it up for him, which means I've got to find somewhere to wrap this and hide it, but I don't think he'll ever guess what it is. And here it is. It's quite sizable, isn't it? So there's a few slots there, so he can put anything with just poles through here, but then he can also rest items up along the edge here as well. Now that was £16.99. Self-assembly only took a couple of minutes, and again I think it'd be something that's going to be useful. So I think with a lot of Father's Day gifts you can buy lots of humorous ideas and things that perhaps will raise a smile but won't necessarily get used. So I've tried to find items that my dad, my father-in-law and my husband will actually enjoy, will get some use out of, but will also make them smile. So thank you for listening to my latest video. I hope that's given you some good inspiration for Father's Day or any other occasions where you need to buy the man in your life a present. I'm going to include some links down below so you can see exactly where all the products are from, and also check out tobecomeamum.co.uk because I will be putting up a full post about Snapfish and a full post about Qwerkity.com as well, so you can find out more about those brands and the products I've created.